So here's a little update on some things I got going on, starting with my Jazzmine Archway that I created about 5 or 6 years ago. And it got to the point where the several vines were drooping low, and I had to keep ducking my head or I would get scratched in the face with them. So using this old piece of trellis that I had laying around my property for several years, I was able to get the jasmine contained and out of the way using just zip ties that I fastened to the wall behind it. And the result is a nice, contained, neater passageway that I don't have to worry about getting scratched in the face every time I go under it anymore. And then on this side, I had this piece that wasn't I had no use for it. I mean, it was just, so I put that there to help contain that side. And there's almost a shape of a heart going on here. Almost. All I know is that now I can walk under it and there's much more leeway there. The other thing I did this morning was several of my moss pole plants had overgrown their 3-foot moss pole, so I extended them. I did these 3 this morning, and I had already done that one. And that one I just hung there and for a little more filler. I like how these look on that wall. And then also I brought out this Monstera. It was in the house and it was just getting a bit large. So I brought him outside and got some cuttings. So these all have roots, and they will eventually be put in pots individually. There's 3 of them in there. And then the leaves that don't have any roots, I just didn't have the heart to throw away, so we're just gonna use them as a little decoration for now. And from what I understand, they can live for close to 6 months. But they're just leaves, they won't propagate or anything. And just a little update on my koi pond. I just put more plants around the edges. I put in 6 goldfish about 2 weeks ago. One of them has absolutely disappeared. And I'm still experimenting with lotus. I saw on YouTube where they'll bloom better if you put the seeds in manure and soil. So that's what's going on here, as opposed to the seeds just being floating in water, which is what these are doing. So we'll see if any of them bloom. And also last night, my night blooming cereus had 5 more blooms. It had 54 blooms a couple weeks ago. And last night it had 5 more. And I'm really excited about these elephant ears popping up. I forgot I had planted them, but they're coming back very well. And I like how my little shade garden here is progressing. I love the dracaenas. For years, I always killed them. And I finally realized that they cannot tolerate tap water. As long as you give them only rainwater, that seems to be the key. I got these bird of paradises at Lowe's on clearance because they were quite sickly. So I separated them and made that plant. And this one and we'll see how they do. And here are my other moss pole plants. These three are slow to grow up their moss poles for whatever reason. Well, they're all philodendron rugosum. Apparently they just grow slower or whatever. I don't know. This pothos, however, is about to be, it'll need to be extended soon on another moss pole. As is this Sigonium. It's just about overgrown its little moss pole there. This Ceres kills me. This thing is like a good 8-9 feet tall, and now it's getting more new growth off of the main stem. And last but not least, here's an update on my raised flower bed, which will eventually get some vegetables put in it for the guinea pigs. Now that I have it filled with compostable materials, I can level that out and add topsoil, so I can be planting here before long. That's it. There's just some stuff over here. And there you have it. Get a view of the Jazzmine Archway from this angle. All right, there you go. Thanks for watching.